They look a little bit like scary grandma knickers. From an American website, I had it delivered from America to France. Open the door, peep through and look at the mirror into the cot. They can at least fiddle and be distracted by these like little quirky bits. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well, and I really hope you guys enjoy today's room tour. I really want to do this video before we make any major changes because there are so many exciting things happening over the next few weeks. Obviously, we want to start making this room into more of a big girl's bedroom for Lucy and transfer some of these things into her baby brother's room. So I'll be starting like his nursery as well in due course. And yeah, so it's really cool and exciting for me to start planning on transforming these two rooms. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to our community. My name is Victoria. I am currently 26 weeks pregnant, and as you guys will see in this video, I get so out of breath. So I'm really sorry if I'm breathing really heavily and panting. It's just awful. I can't do much about it, I'm sorry. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing, liking and commenting this video so I know to make more like this in future. And with all that said, let's get into today's video. If you enjoy this kind of content, so room tours or room transformation videos, you're in luck. I'll be doing at least 2 more videos like this one in the next few months when I'll be transforming this room into a big girl's bedroom, and then this room, which looks horrific at the moment, into a nursery for our little boy. When you are expecting a baby, it is so exciting being able to plan the nursery or the bedroom for them, but obviously there is no need to get it finished or even done before their arrival. Most of the time, little babies stay in your bedroom up until the age of like 6, 8 months even. I mean, our personal choice was to have Lucy in our room up until the age of about 3 months because she basically outgrew the Moses basket and so was more ready and slept better on her own in her own bedroom. And I know when we go through that nesting period just before giving birth, we're a bit more manic and frantically trying to get things ready before they come. Initially, their bedroom is just used to sort of store clothes or store the odd few bits and bobs that you might not need straight away for them. It is obviously peace of mind knowing that one room is done and ready, but just know it is not an essential. As young parents, we do not have an unlimited budget, and I have seen some nursery sets that just shock me, like literally shock me. And I just find it crazy thinking to spend nearly 800 euros on a cot, which my child may actually end up crawling out of anyway before the age of 2, so you think, gosh, that's just a hole in my wallet, as it were. The main 3 pieces of furniture we actually bought secondhand off our friend, and so they're not in mint condition, but for what they are perfect for this amount of time that we've been using them for, and they're actually still good enough to use for our next child and possibly either pass on to somebody else as well. Obviously, beggars can't be choosers, and we probably wouldn't have gone with like the whole cat theme ideally. Like, I'd probably keep it more neutral, but anyway, they have been just so good, and we are just so grateful to have actually been able to use them for Lucy, and now planning to use them as well for her little brother. When you enter Lucy's bedroom, the first thing that you have is her changing station. This hasn't changed at all in the 2 years we've actually had it, and what I really love about this is the mirror behind it. It is strategically placed, so for one, she can look at herself while we're dressing her, and she just is so interested in her own reflection. And also another tip is if you have a mirror opposite to your door but is in view of the cot, so that way when you want to see if they are asleep, you can just open the door, peep through and look at the mirror into the cot. So that kind of saves us from having to creep into her bedroom at night. We have a very simple changing station, and I know that many parents actually just end up changing their children on the floor because it's obviously safer. Lucy has never really been one to climb down or try and get off or roll over from it, so we've been very fortunate. And also it's quite good while I'm pregnant to be able to change her on this, because then I'm not crouching over with my back and and everything. So yeah, I think we've been through at least 3 or 4 changing mats in the previous 2 years because she's nearly 2. And then I also just throw this like a towel over it, just so that if there is anything major going on, I can just quickly put this in the wash and just whip a new towel out very quickly. So on this side, this is just a little bowl to put water in, because if it's just for number ones, I just have some cotton wool and warm water and wiper, and then put some of this cream on it, which is also to help clean. It's called liniment in French, and it's all natural. It's like made of olive oil basically. And so yeah, I always have cotton wool to hand. I have some nappy wipes as well for anything too intense. And then also plenty of nappies, obviously. I would definitely advise just keeping your changing station super simple with everything to hand, because obviously you might be changing nappies in the middle of the night, or if there's any explosions going on, you just want to be very quick, have everything to hand, and just make your life easy. As I said, this mirror has just been really good for us to be able to see her at night or in the day if she's napping. And also because when they get a bit older, they can do tummy time, and so while you're changing them or dressing them, they can then keep themselves busy while looking at themselves. Babies just love looking at themselves, and even toddlers. So this mirror has been fantastic. And then one tip that I would advise is just having some little interesting bits around, so that if your child is not having a good time getting changed or doesn't want to be lying on their back for a while you're changing them, they can at least fiddle and be distracted by these like little quirky bits. I change these up every like 4-5 months roughly. And so yeah, I've just got like a laminated photo of her at creche, which is not a very good photo, but she enjoys looking at it. And then like a musical book, this little sheep, and then sometimes I just give her like this little toy rabbit to play with. Her dummies or pacifiers are in there as like a last resort option. And then like a moon that lights up as well. When we got this changing table, it was literally just the changing table part. They didn't have any of these bits on. And so I really wanted something to be really accessible, close to hand, easy to clean and maintain. And so I got these 3 shelves from IKEA. I think they are originally herb spice shelves. And we painted them white just so that they tie in with the furniture. And then these 3 pots as well are from IKEA, and I'll link everything I can in the description down below. But I would so advise, if you're just trying to get some kind of organization, this is just a really quick and really budget friendly hack. Instead of spending like 600 euros on a brand new table which may not have as much storage solutions. On the other shelves we have a few books here, and these are some of the books which she enjoys, but I kind of rotate them. As you'll see, we have loads more books because Lucy absolutely loves bedtime stories, and also while I'm getting dressed in the mornings, she will sometimes just come and just flick through the pages or click on some of these books with the sounds on them, which is a massive hit for toddlers. And then underneath the table I have just loads of nappies. These are the ones which are like open, so I've got the cotton wool that we're using at the moment. And then here in this part, which is obviously accessible to us, it has a child safety lock on it at the moment. This is where we have all of her medication. Usually it is a little bit more organised than this, but I mean, real life, guys. And so everything that we're using more often is like obviously forward. And we also have like the nappy refill bins, bin bags there, sun cream, parenting books. I've just got so much stuff to sort out in there. But anyway, you get the idea. So this is obviously shut, out of sight, out of mind. And obviously with medication, no matter what it is, it's always good to have a lock on it. Couldn't get that shut then. It's always good to have a look on it, just to keep it out of the way. Right next to her changing station, in this little room here, is actually where we have the boiler. And sorry about the state of this, guys. And here is the nappy bin. So even though there are like no odours, I don't know what the cat's thinking he's doing. Even though there are no odours, it's just nicer for us and for Lucy just to have this bin out of the way as well. And this is a must. I would so recommend getting some kind of bin for nappies, because otherwise you'll be just taking nappies outside constantly. So yeah, definitely recommend this. And then opposite to her changing station, we have her cot. And so it was really practical, especially when they are so little, when they're at the newborn stage. It's nice just being able to change them and then safely carry them over a short distance to their cots for sleeping. Lucy's cot is super simple, and obviously now that she is nearly 2 years old, she is now right at the bottom. We can't like actually put it down anymore. And inside there are just a few little cuddly toys from various places. I think it was funny because as soon as we had a girl, everyone bought us little rabbits and stuff, so it's quite cute. And then this is her Goosey. We have about 4 of these because then we can rotate between them and clean them and all that stuff. So she sleeps with this one. It's like her, I think they call it a comforter in English, a doudou in French. She doesn't actually sleep with this blanket, it's just to obviously make it look nice for this video. For the past couple of weeks we've actually had a pillow in for Lucy, and it was mainly because she had actually got yet another blocked up nose, and so I wanted some extra height, as well as the wedge that we use. We wanted some extra height to help her sleep at night and clear her airways, and she has actually loved this. She's slept better since having a pillow. I don't know whether it's more of a maturity thing, maybe because she's a little bit older, she wants to be a bit more comfy or whatever, I don't know. But she is obviously old enough to have one and she's perfectly safe with it. So obviously check with your doctor if you have any questions or anything like that before giving a child a pillow or anything else in that matter. In Lucy's bed we have always had these things. So they look a little bit like scary grandma knickers, I must say, and they're not at all attractive, but it's safe. It's just like a mesh material, and she's had this since she was a newborn, sleeping in her cot at night. And so it just helps to keep everything in. So she was tossing and turning, no dummies or pacifiers would roll out. She wouldn't lose her favourite toys at night, and you know, she'd be able to have everything close to her. Because it's mesh, she can actually just breathe through it, so it's completely safe. And of course they are not as attractive as many of these lovely beds you see for children, but we've just been so happy with it because she's been secure, safe and happy herself. When Lucy was born, my mum treated us to these 2 prints, which are absolutely lovely. I'll have to ask my mum for the link and I'll link them in the description. And then these picture frames, as well as these 3 frames over there, are from IKEA. Just behind her door we have this little area to hang her dressing gown, and also this used to be a very much used nappy bag, but we rarely take it out because obviously with COVID we just have nowhere to go. And so yeah, she can actually, it's at her height, so then she can put her dressing gown on herself, and it just makes it a bit more independent for her. She loves being independent at the moment. And then just above it, this is just obviously for decoration. So this is a white noise machine. It was a hand-me-down from my sister and it has been very much loved. You can get smaller, more attractive ones. This has been thrown on the floor and dropped so many times and it still works, and this is like the second child it's working for, and I'll be using it for my son as well when he's born. So that's been useful. And so yeah, then this was little Lucy, and look at the difference in size. That's how big her Goosey was compared to her. That's just so sweet. Handle, but this is just for decoration. We don't use it and it's well out of Lucy's reach. And then this is a fake orchid from IKEA just to add some colour. And then I won this at my friend's baby shower, so I just stuck it there because I just thought it was quite cute. These 3 shelving things are actually what my husband made. I had seen something so similar on a website, but I think it was about 30 euros per item, and then plus like 20 euros to get delivered to France. And so he is a carpenter, and so he could just whip this up. You can't really like make the most of it. It's actually a cloud kind of thing. That you can now get them from H&M Home for, I think it's about 12 or 15 euros over here. It's super cheap. Or if you have a man who can, it's really cool too. And so yeah, I really like them, and they're gonna last for a few more years to come. We bought this lilac rug from Next and it was such a good price. I think it was about 24 euros, but it's a really decent size. And as you see, it's just super plush and very, very soft. It looks more expensive than it is. And then also, it already has a non-slip base to it, so then you don't actually have to buy another one, because as you'll see, her entire bedroom, as well as our entire upstairs, is just laminate wooden flooring, which is super easy to clean and maintain as well. But obviously a lovely rug for little ones is a must when they're playing and reading upstairs. Being in France, we have the traditional shutters on the outside because sometimes it can get very hot here in this region, and so this will help to block out light, and it's just basically full blackout darkness when the shutters are closed, as well as the curtains. And we're actually getting these shutters changed. My husband's in the middle of making shutters for the whole house, so that's going to be cool to have. And then these curtains are absolutely fabulous, and I'm so sorry guys, these are one of a kind. My mum made this, so Lucy's Nana made these for her bedroom, and they've just got they have a blackout lining on the back, so once you close them it's just pitch black in the bedroom. They are absolutely gorgeous and really tying with this sort of colour theme. I think we'll have these in this bedroom forever, because I think it's something that can be perfect for adults as well. And then in the far right hand corner, so this is just behind the cot, we have the rocking chair, and this has just been one of the best buys ever. Cannot emphasize that enough. It was perfect for nursing. I actually breastfed Lucy until she was about 8 months old, and so it has these really fantastic deep pockets. I mean, now they're full of books because she's no longer being breastfed, but I could stick like little snacks for me to have while breastfeeding her, like having a water bottle, some cream for any soreness on my behalf or anything like that. So yeah, so practical. And it also came with this footstool, which also rocks. I've just got this over it just to keep it a bit more clean. This is just like a lambskin thing. And obviously this quilt doesn't come with it. It's this colour, it's like a cream colour, which is really light and bright in the bedroom. And I got this one because everything can be taken off and washed, even the footstool, just everything can come off. So if there are any spillages or anything else that can happen when you've got a small child, it is just easy to clean and maintain. As you guys will see, you can actually recline this chair. There are like 3 or 4 positions. So if you guys are looking for some kind of comfortable, practical nursing chair, which doesn't necessarily mean nursing forever, you know, got other purposes for chairs as well, I would really recommend this one. It was from Amazon. I'll link it in the description down below. It wasn't any crazy price either, because we've been looking at so many different articles and so many different chairs which were ridiculous in price for us, especially for our budget as well, because you think, well, you don't want to just have something for a few months and then never use it again. This gorgeous quilt is actually from an American website. I had it delivered from America to France, and it's by a brand called Little Unicorn, and they do gorgeous prints and loads of different designs and everything. And I just actually use it for the chair just to protect it a little bit more, even though everything can be taken off and washed. You know, it's just easier washing one item. And also on the other side, it's just a lovely lilac-y colour, so it goes well with her room. I also have a second one which can be changed up as well. We then have this very basic light, which is just directly behind the reading chair. And we got this one from IKEA. I think it was about 12 or 13 euros. It was just, you know, really affordable. And I got this one because I thought, well, this will be like a main light, and then this one can be a good reading light, and obviously you can turn them off individually. So what's quite good is at night we obviously turn her main lights off, and then gradually as we read the story we only have this little one on, and so it kind of starts dimming the room down, so she sort of knows it's time for bed. We have tried hiding as many of the wires as possible, just making them a little bit difficult to get to. So yeah, we've just positioned the chair and everything else in front of those wires at the back. And so right next to the chair we have this little table, again from IKEA, and I think it was again about like €5 or €6. It was ridiculous. So just a plain table, and so we could also put bottles on it, or now at the moment we just balance books on it. And also a massive thing that we have on it at the moment is this, which is a beautiful dollhouse, and it's mainly just for display at the moment. Lucy enjoys looking inside, and every now and again I find her goosey or like a dummy or something she's snuck in there. I think it's going to be some kind of like family relic to have. I don't know if that's the right word, sorry guys. It'll just be something that we'll have in the family, and Lucy will be able to play with it, and her brother will be able to play with it later on as well. It's completely empty, but there are little lights inside which we can light up, so it's quite cool. But it's, you know, completely empty, no furniture, no dolls at the moment. So yeah, pretty cool. On the right hand side we have this little star, which, like the moon on the changing table, it lights up. And then one thing which was super helpful, especially in the very early days, is this thermometer. So it's a Grow Egg, and I think it's the Grow Egg 2. I can't remember. I think there are 2 different ones now. I think this is the number 2, I think. I'll link it down below. And we just got an owl to be on top of it, so I'll just make it a bit more cool looking. And so yeah, it changes colour depending on the temperature. So it goes bright red if it's a bit too hot in the room, or it goes blue when it's like 16 degrees or under. And it's just so useful, especially for first-time parents when you're trying to dress your child at night. It's more of a peace of mind as well, because obviously you can then say, okay, yes, it's this temperature, so I need to put, say, a little vest, pyjamas, plus the sleeping bag. You know, it's just, I don't know, it's just more of a peace of mind, and there's no worrying about whether your child is too hot or too cold. Sorry, I'm just so out of breath. Sorry if I'm really breathing heavily. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I've been talking for so long. I keep cutting the camera out because I'm just panting at the end of these things. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so underneath the table we have this basket, and I think the basket was originally from IKEA. And it didn't come with the pom-poms. I actually knitted these pom-poms and put them on when I found out it was going to be a girl. I just thought, right, I've got this lovely soft wool that I wanted to use for her bedroom. As you can see, not professionally stitched on, but anyway, it looks really cute. And we used to use this a lot more when she was little. This is just full of, well, it's full of random things now actually, to be honest. But it was just nice to have some little toys for her to play with. This is obviously, well, it's like a shoe, like a foot measuring gauge, which is so useful because obviously now also in lockdown we can't just take them and get their feet professionally measured for shoes. So this is quite good for doing things at home. I'll link it in the description down below. Everything I can in the description down below, as I keep repeating myself actually. I'm sorry about that. So yeah, this is just mainly just stuff for her to come and play with when I'm getting dressed or getting my makeup on. And then here in the far left hand corner of her room, before I middle up my right and my left, is the wardrobe. And so it is very, very basic. At the top we've got all of her little clothes, and then these are like rolled up vests and socks and tights and stuff like that. Underneath there is sheets, bedding. That's the other beautiful quilt that I got from Little Unicorn as well. All of her sleeping bags, which some have actually, she's grown out of them, but I'm just keeping them up because we'll be transferring things into her baby brother's room in due course. And then at the bottom there's like yet more books, which some of them she's kind of a little bit small for. I've also got some sticker books as well, a couple of pairs of shoes which she has to grow into at the moment. And then this part is mainly like stuff we don't really get out very often, so like a swimming suit for the summer, her Christmas stocking, etc, etc. And that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing Lucy's nursery before it gets transformed into a big girl's room. I am so excited obviously to be creating a nursery for my own little boy in the room next to this one actually. That'll be in another video, but I'm actually feeling more excited about transforming this room into a big girl's room. So yeah, that's going to be so exciting to do. And also because it's like my firstborn. I just want to make sure she doesn't feel left out or anything like that. So we've got some really exciting plans for this bedroom, so stay tuned for that. And thanks ever so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.